Was good. It's such a matter of checking in. A lot of people in my DM been asking me a lot of questions, so I'm making this video and I'm gonna answer every single last question that I was able to find. So let's jump right into it.
All right, first question. How was it growing up in New Orleans, and what age did you make it out?
Growing up in New Orleans, it was one of those experiences that made me into who I am, but at the same time, it's rough. It's not easy to grow up in New Orleans, you know. It ain't a lot of opportunities, and ain't a lot of people that's given opportunities. So it's one of those places where if you make it out of New Orleans, you really, you know what I'm saying? It was meant. And I made it out of New Orleans probably when I was like 17. 17, yeah.
Okay, you moved where?
To Houston, Texas. And that's the place I moved to.
Okay. Okay, second question. We can get into perception and reality of things. What's the biggest misconception about you?
The biggest misconception about me is that I'm like, I don't exist. A lot of people be really asking me like, a lot of people don't be thinking I'm a real person. Like, they don't think that it's actually me. Like, people be thinking I'm AI or they think whatever they be thinking. But that's kind of my biggest misconception because I get that damn near everything. Like, get that often. So, yeah. It's crazy.
Would you take that as a compliment?
No. No, because it makes things difficult. You know, I don't want people thinking that. I want people to think that I'm real. So I ain't gonna take it as a compliment, but it's crazy. But yeah.
Okay. Do you ever feel pressure to maintain a certain lifestyle for the public?
For the public? No. Maybe maybe for myself, but it's not even about maintaining. It just, you know, and that's what life in general. Everybody wants to maintain themselves and make sure themselves is, you know, well kept. But nah, I don't think that it's difficult.
Okay. Okay, have you ever wanted to just quit, like disappear, live a normal life?
Nah, I never wanted to live a normal life. Never, ever in my life. But there's been moments that I wanted to quit. I wanted to give up. I wanted to stop. But I never stopped because I knew the moment that I stopped is the moment that everything was going to crumble. So, you know, but we all have our moments and we're weak and we want to stop. But I motivate and I encourage everybody, if you get to that point, the moment that you want to quit, that's the moment right there when you're close to getting what you want. You know, it may feel like you may feel like you want to quit, but and you should keep going.
Okay. So, what's one mindset shift that completely changed your income?
One mindset. So, me just realizing more about life and me understanding money a little bit more. Because it was at a point in time where I didn't understand money, and I had to understand money first for me to go ahead and accumulate a lot of money. I had to understand how money works. So, a lot of people, a lot of people look at money how I look at money. A lot of people look at money paycheck to paycheck, and that's what they do. I look at money minute by minute, hour by hour, day by day, week by week, month by month. You know, so that's kind of how I look at money. And once you have your rule of how you look at money, then you'll start to make more money, once you understand it.
Okay. So, what's something you wish people knew before assuming you're quote unquote finessing the system?
I mean, it's really like this, like, what am I finessing? That's the question. A lot of people say this, say that, but like, again, what am I finessing? How? I don't even know how I'm finessing. It's kind of crazy that how, like, you know, so, I mean, I don't even understand it, like, how am I finessing? You know, people just say things based on what they can see. A lot of people are not as in touch, and a lot of people not as in touch in reality as others, you know. So people have their own thoughts, and yeah, I mean, I don't even know when they can't control how people feel.
So, have you ever been accused of scamming?
No, most definitely. I mean, people have definitely accused me of scamming since the beginning. since I was 15 years old. You know, I'm 23 now, so people been saying this scamming, but out of everybody who been saying it, where's the proof? You know, it's easy for somebody to speak. And again, I haven't seen no proof. There's no proof. Like, if I've been doing something and people say I've been doing something, there should be some solid proof. Not no he say, she say, not when a person thinks, proof. And until the proof comes out, until I see like red-handed proof, like, come on, like, it's ridiculous. Like, I definitely don't scam. I don't have to scam, you know.
Okay. So, what is your initial reaction when you see people in your DMs saying that you're a scammer and you take people's money and have no genuine intention in doing business with them?
Okay, so again, people say I scam people and I take people's money. They say that because the love I show people. Like I talk to a lot of up and coming artists. I talk to a lot of different people, and just because they always see me in their comments showing love, they always see me, you know, just reaching out to a lot of different artists. That don't necessarily mean I'm scamming or artists are scamming somebody at all. You know, again, why would I scam someone when I can actually help them? You know, it makes no sense. And again, a lot of people say I'm scamming, but what's the proof? If I've been scamming, how y'all say, if I've been scamming, there should be some type of screenshot of a DM, or somebody be sending me money and me not doing nothing. There should be some type of, I haven't seen it, so.
Okay, so what's your initial reaction and feeling when you see that? Like, do you care? Do you know, what is your feeling when you see those things being said about you?
I mean, I really don't care, because why would I care about something that I can't control, especially when it's not true? You know, like, I've been doing this since I was like 15 years old. It's like, I learned to block out negative energy because I can't control it. I don't care what people think. As long as I'm winning in life, as long as I'm doing good, I'm doing what I'm doing as a man, and I'm providing for my family, I'm making the money I'm making, I'm living how I'm living, I don't care what other people think. So it's just that simple.
Okay. Do you believe money changes people or just exposes who they really are?
Money changes people. I do believe money changes everybody. It's not even about exposing who they are, because the person that I am with money, you know, I believe if I didn't have money, I would be a whole totally different person. And that just, like, money does change people, but in a good way also. It can be in a bad way, but it can also be in a good way. Like, money changed me by the way I carry myself, you know, like, I know how to, you know, speak when I'm in certain rooms. I know how to, you know, carry myself because I have money and I was taught to do that. But when you don't have money, it's kind of hard to see things from a different perspective. Like, I see things more clearly now because I have money.
Okay. So, okay, when did you realize that you were officially successful? Like, what age would you say?
Officially successful, 17 years old. And that's because I remember, you know, I'm not going to say that amount, but I remember when I hit my first milestone, I took a screenshot of my bank account and I sent it to my mom. You know, when a person, for me to take a picture of my bank account and send it to my mom, it had to be something that was, you know, substantial. And then at that moment, I just knew what I had going on was just a beautiful thing. And at that moment, I knew, you know, at the beginning, I knew that, you know, I knew.
So how did it feel just seeing those numbers in your account?
I felt like a baby when they had their first piece of candy. Like, it was like one of those moments that it was overwhelming. You know, like, it was a blessing. It was overwhelming. Like, most definitely overwhelming.
What is some financial advice you would give others, as far as, you know, just advice in general and advice if they have those numbers in their bank account?
Advice. Okay, so typically when a person does, when they first get some money, they spend it, right? I was one of those people. You know, I remember when I got my first $10,000, I spent it all. my first 50,000, I spent it all also. Like, I was bad at saving. So, don't do what I did. Don't make those mistakes. I'm telling you now, don't make them. Money will save you. If you save your money and invest your money properly, it will save you. You know, advice, when you have some money to play with, my advice to you is to find ways for your money to grow. There's multiple different ways your money can grow. You know, you can invest in a business. You can invest in your personal brand. You know, if you're a funny person, you can start and get you a streaming service, get you a camera, start YouTube, and it's a lot of different things where you can put money here and there, and it brings you money back. So before you go ahead and buy all these shoes, clothes, and you buy a car, whatever it may be, go ahead and invest and make some money, get you some more incomes. That's what I suggest, to go get more income streams.
Okay. Okay, so what's something people think is expensive in your life, but actually isn't to you?
Nothing is really. Okay, so I don't really look at things as expensive. It's either like if it have a price on it, and I believe that price is a value. Like if the price is accurate, I mean, there's no such thing as expensive. It's either you can afford it or you can't. I only got things expensive.
Okay. Okay, let's move on to mine. Okay. How do you separate real support from people who just want to benefit off?
It's easy to tell who's real and who's not. People who are real, they're gonna do things without you asking. They're gonna check up on you. They're gonna show you in many ways. A person who wants something from you, anything, they're only gonna be around when you're giving something.
How much do you make on a monthly basis?
Okay, so honestly, I don't. It might sound crazy, but I don't keep track of what I make on a monthly basis because I have different sources of income, and me keeping up with everything will just be extremely difficult. Now, I can answer that question in another way by saying how much money have I made in a single month before, maybe the most, because those are things that you don't forget. But I had 8-figure months before. I don't want to set a number. I had 8-figure months before.
Okay. Is $1 million life changing?
No and yeah. No and yeah. It just all depends on how you look at it, because if you give a person $1 million who never had $1 million, who wasn't taught what to do with $1 million, that $1 million is just going to decrease and it's going to be gone. Now, if you don't do $1 million, then most definitely it can definitely be life changing. You know, but $1 million itself, like $1 million, and you have no income and you just got $1 million, it's not life changing. Because I mean, me personally, you know, I'm 100K in every month, it's on life. You know, $1 million a year is what it costs me to live. So like, no, you know what I'm saying? That's just what it costs to live. So 12 months, $1 million already gone. But, you know, so yeah, it just depends on the situation, the person, and how you look at it.
What's your favorite vehicle and how much does it cost?
My favorite vehicle, that's kind of a hard question, only because so my favorite car to be chauffeured around in, I really hate driving. I don't like driving. My favorite car to be chauffeured around in is a Rolls-Royce truck. It's just beautiful. It's just a vibe. When you pull up, people just, you know what I'm saying, and get everybody attention, and it just shows that you move, you know, that you mean business. So that's my favorite car that I love to be, you know, driven around in. I don't like to drive, but a car, me personally, that I love to drive, that I would prefer to drive out of any car in the world, will probably be like the years, the Lamb truck. That's just like, it's just something like it's compact, it's not too big, and it got good speed on it, good speed.
Okay. What do you do on your free time?
I make music. That's what I do in my free time. Like, I'm one of them guys who don't watch TV. Like, I don't play the game. I don't do none of that. I probably need to do that, but I really just be like locked in all day. Like, if I ain't making money, I'm either making money, spending money, or making music. That's what I do on a day-to-day basis.
Okay. Okay, so why did you become vegan, and how is it?
Okay, so me becoming vegan, it was just, you know, I was learning about, how meat have worms and stuff in it, or how it may carry diseases, and that's what initially got me, got me to stop eating meat. Now, where I'm at today in life, I realize more than just everything. Like, when you look at an animal, you have to realize that you're eating a dead body. Like, that's something that was alive. Like, most people don't look at it like that. I don't look at it as food. Like, if you eating something, you just gotta be educated on what you eat. If you're gonna eat chicken, don't look at chicken as a food source. Look at chicken as what it is. It's chicken. Like, once you look at it like that, I mean, me personally, I don't think nothing necessarily wrong with it. It could be, but it's just me personally, I just prefer not to eat it. Me personally. But I don't think nothing wrong with eating it if you eat it in moderation, but I stay away from it. That's why I became vegan. Not even more so because of what it is, but more so because of what they carry. I look at me as carrying just like all kinds of diseases and stuff, and I just don't want to eat.
Okay. This is gonna be off subject, changing subjects. How do you deal with people who only see your wins, but not the hard work behind it?
See, a lot of people do see my wins because I don't post the struggle, but even still to this day, I go through things that people wouldn't think I go through. I have to, I'm busy. Like, I work way longer and harder than the person who's working a 9 to 5. For me to figure out and learn the things that I have learned, it's not as easy as you think. I'll be having a lot of late nights. I'll be having issues with my payment processes. I'll be having issues with some of my vendors, my employees, and I'll be having to just, deal with things. But I'm gonna start posting more about losses, and I'm gonna start posting more behind the scenes, things on my YouTube channel to see I can see and kind of be on the journey and understand.
So do you believe that more money, more problems is a fact?
No, it's most definitely a fact. It's most definitely a fact because when you have more money, you want to go ahead and spend more money. When you spend more money, now you got to go ahead and make more money to keep up with the money that you're spending. So, and that's just money. But, family members, friends, and there's people that you don't even know. Everybody is after you and after what you have, some way, shape, or form. So having money could really be a blessing, but it can also be a curse because the fact that I'm where I'm at today, I don't have a normal life. I can't live how a normal person lives. My life ain't set up like that. You know what I'm saying? So it just having money, it does change things depending on how much money you got, and it's depending on the person.
Okay. Just a fun question to ask. Out of curiosity, if you had to choose between $2 million or $2 million or your Instagram account.
My Instagram account. Because I don't really value money as much as most people think. Well, my Instagram, see, a lot of people don't know. I done made more than $2 million on my Instagram account. Just by me, putting traffic from my Instagram to my other platforms. Just by me even connecting with other people. I done met a lot of people on Instagram, people who I done made, M's with. Like, if it wasn't for Instagram, I would have never met that person. So Instagram brings connections and it brings things that the $2 million just can't go bring. So I can go ahead and make a whole new $2 million off having my platform. So I would prefer to put Instagram $2 million. That's an easy question.